What's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of the Sarlacc Digest, a podcast bringing you line talk and digesting Star Wars topics over 1,000 years. This is episode 115, being recorded on June 21st, 2021. And I am your host, Darth Moocher, and I'm joined here with Grand Admiral Franz.
Yo, what's up?
I got it right this time. I got Scott Solo here with us.
What is up, nerds?
And that's it. That's all you're getting. The other three
right.
guys are still don't want to be a part of this, or no, I'm kidding. I kid, of course. But no, they are in our thoughts and prayers. No, another joke. Before we get started,
It got dark really fast.
Right.
I do want to give a shout out to our Patreons.
Yes, me too. You know, I'd like to do that right now. Gavin Connor from the Holy Hour podcast, who's also in our chat right now. Donald Sulsky, Rebels and Lions, is Crystal Lamphere. Brandon Epler and his daughter Anya. AJ Herrera for the Forbidden Panel podcast. And,
Awesome.
you know, those guys who actually make up this.
And the other
little
ones
show.
that we yeah.
And
Zach.
poor old Dora is still not back. I don't know what happened there.
I haven't confronted her yet about her credit card yet. So
The credit card was an excuse, and Scott's calling it out. That's messed up.
yeah, right.
Like-
I know
He's like, she just hates the content.
she doesn't even like me. What are you talking about? It's like
That's what it is.
yeah.
She's
exactly.
always so nice when I visit, though. So, you know.
Yeah, she hits me when you leave, Scott.
Oh, no. And then in our chat, we've got Santo1414, Mando Mike, and like I said, Gavin's in there, as well as, you know, me and the Sarlacc Digest podcast.
Awesome.
Plus other people who just haven't piped up yet.
And it's the pit, not the chat. I mean,
Oh,
I don't know
right.
how many weeks we have to go through this. Thank you for everybody in the pit.
I'm out.
For being digesting. You're being digested as we speak. I love it. This is awesome. So we're here to talk Star Wars, of course. And before we get into the Bad Batch and everything else that's going on, there was a little bit of a tidbit, which is in the news section about Visions, right? So we got an upcoming report. Like, again, as soon as Scott said something about, is anything being produced? Boom. They were like, oh, man, Sarlacc is asking. We got to send him something. So
They just unzipped and right on the counter.
exactly.
I don't know if it whooped on it, but
Yeah. It was exposed. Let's just put it that way.
it definitely came out a bit.
July 3rd, at the Anime Expo, July 3rd, we're going to get a 30-minute panel on Visions. So we'll be sure to watch that and see what that's about. Like, I forgot completely about Visions. I know that when we're talking about those Disney Plus shows being added this year, I was just like, no, it's the only Book of Fett and Bad Batch. You know, it's like Visions and then, you know, episode or season 3 of Mando next year, all that stuff. So it's great to get those snippets in. I like that.
Yeah.
Anime Expo, I don't even know if that's going to be recorded live, like if it's something that we can see on YouTube live or something, or I don't know. We'll just wait for the report, I guess. I'm sure there'll be.
What was the date of the expo?
July 3rd.
July 3rd? That might still be a little soon for opening wide open to the public. So I don't know if it's a paid event where they might be broadcasting it. I don't know.
Oh man, everything's open now.
Yeah,
Disney's
is that
full
Anaheim
capacity.
Anime
I don't
Expo?
know. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
Anyway, well, I'm sure that we'll bring everybody the news because we'll be watching and seeing what that's about too. I'm hoping we'll get a sizzle reel and all that good stuff.
That'd be great.
Yeah. So, let's see.
Well, the only reason I asked about the Anime Expo, though, is because you're right. Everything is open, but everything just opened. I'm not sure if they've had enough time to sell enough tickets for the events. You know.
Well,
Who knows?
Yeah.
I would think as soon as it opens up, they just open the tickets, like for baseball games and stuff. All of a sudden, everybody's there. Disneyland, the day it opened, right, was down.
Oh, did you see that line? Oh my
Yeah.
God,
Stupid.
crazy.
And we went to one of those. Went to the. Sorry, Marco.
That's all right. I know it's coming.
The Boots in the Park country concert, right? And yeah, they were able to fill it plenty.
Yeah,
You know,
right,
and
right.
just by opening this week, it was quite fine. I couldn't handle any more people, so yeah.
I'm like, go
I
ahead and
think-
open it all up, but I'd like to
think
keep
it
the
will.
social distancing, please.
Oh,
Yeah.
they that's gone.
I
It's
know.
gone. You
It's
see,
unfortunate.
Disneyland,
It
the
is.
lines were like that because the trams aren't operational.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
which
it's-
sucks because it's 150,000 degrees out here, and
Yeah.
You have to walk.
Wait, are they not operational because of COVID?
No, it's not. Well, so from what I hear, it was because they need maintenance, right? They parked them and they left them for a year.
Yeah.
Oh,
so they need batteries and tire and all that stuff. So they're working on either replacing the fleet with something brand new or giving them maintenance stuff. So so expect if you go to Disneyland that you're going to walk the tram trail, all the way.
Which we've done a couple times now, and we're going to do it again on July 7th if the trams aren't operational again. So
right.
Keeps getting hotter, buddy.
I know.
Exactly.
I know.
I think tomorrow or today was the first official day of summer. So, and it came.
I think so.
It came kicking our butts, man.
Really did. It was 109 yesterday, I think, or the day before. It's just no, thank you.
Yeah. Well, we are on Tatooine, so
that we are.
Exactly. But yeah, so the social distancing, it's all gone. It's out the window. It's kind of
actually, we are going on July 7th, and Kevin wanted me to talk to you. He's like, do you think Marco could make us shirts that say "Stand the F 6 feet away from me," with like a Mickey Mouse glove middle finger sticking out?
I absolutely
that'll go over
can.
well when you walk in.
That's what I'm saying. I absolutely can, but I hold no responsibility for what jail he ends up underground in Disneyland later.
Just Mickey force pushing Jedi Mickey force pushing people back.
Yeah,
there we go.
100%.
Stand back.
Stand the F back. Yeah,
no, man, I've seen some stuff at Disneyland lately. Some of the outfits that people are wearing, they just don't care.
Yeah. No, that's all.
We're in California.
Exactly. So we're checking in with the chat or the pit. Sorry. Oh my God, Scott, you did that to me.
It's been weeks now, Marco. Why you can't quite get it right is beyond me.
Yeah. So Joey will definitely be on next week. He got home late today. So Douglas Tapper's in the here with us too. He joined in, so he said, "What's up?" Yo. So yeah, guys. We can start in on the Bad Batch because I do want to get into something that's really, really happened during this episode. Which
hey, let's not play it at the same time that we talk about it this week.
Thrown
a YouTube fail.
Yeah, that was dumb. Can we just play it for a second and then turn it off, and then play it for a second and turn it off?
Yeah, I think that's the ticket. I think that's what it is. We'll have to play it.
We're not going to do that.
No. That was it. Just wasn't working anyway. So they did us a favor, right?
Yeah, right.
So episode 8. Called The Reunion. Now, the first thing they figure out, here comes Crosshair. The reunion, Crosshair, done. And my first initial thought was, he's going to snap out of it, and they're going to, ride off to the sunset together because it's their reunion show. But no, that didn't really happen this episode.
This ain't Friends.
It's funny. I didn't think Crosshair at all. I don't know why.
What did you think?
I thought we were seeing Rex again and Cody.
The reunion, Cody and Rex.
I just thought some reason that was going to happen in this show, and I don't know why I think that. I don't know why it would make sense. I still think it's going to happen at some point in here, just to make it happen.
Yeah,
I think it's because everybody wants to see Rex and Cody together.
Yeah, because when else are you going to be able to ever see it? Right? You're not going to get a Bad Batch 2, probably. You're not going to get another Clone Wars.
Right.
We're going to be fairly done with this whole timeline pretty soon. Yeah. So if it's going to happen, it needs to happen right now.
Have they said anything about whether or not this is going to go multiple seasons?
Nothing was said. It's just that this was a 16-part series.
Yeah.
I honestly don't really see them going off on doing like season 2, 3, and 4. Maybe this is a one-shot. But again, if people like the side mission story kind of stuff, maybe they will. Maybe they'll go a season 2, but... Here's my thing.
I'm digging it. I know you guys are a little bit more skeptical, but I'm always kind of like that dude that's in it, hook, line, and sinker. Like I made all the excuses for the arc about the sisters,
right?
In season 7, I'm like, it's got to mean something. It's got to go somewhere. It never really did, but I dug it.
Let's put it this way, for me personally, if this was ongoing thing and it was just a kind of like out there in the ether, season 3, 4, 5, and they're doing things, and maybe you get a couple little hints of other things that go on. Cool. I think there's a market for it. I really do. But I wouldn't put like running to the couch after this season unless I knew it was a tie-in. You know what I mean? Because it's more of the same to me.
That's true. You didn't even watch the episode until later in the day.
See, I do. I like it a lot. I just had a problem with it repeating things, right? And
that's what I'm saying. More of the same.
As long as But this episode changed it up a bit, and I think we're gonna get. You have to go through those missions, right? It was a video game. That's what I was saying before about the other stuff, right? It was like a video game. Here's your mission. Let's go get this. Let's earn this. Let's come back here. Boom, 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 boom. And now, even right now, they found all these arms where all of a sudden Sid's going to owe them money if they take it all in. So really, that gets them out of that whole thing. Where we're on to other stuff now if they want to. But I don't know what it's going to be. Is it going to be that they're going to be bounty hunters now? Or are they going to be chasing? They have to go get her. Obviously, there's stuff that goes on in this episode. But there's a lot, but I don't know if it's going to be seasons worth.
Yeah, like Mando's he's in my camp too. It's kind of like if it continues this way, then like I said, I won't hate on it, but I won't put that much interest in it and stuff. And of course, Douglas Tapper says end with the Bad Batch training the rebellion. I think that's where it's going myself. I think at the end of the season, they're going to be either at the beginning when we started doing this, I thought they were all going to die, so that still might happen. Or they're going to join Saw Gerrera's group, which I believe they're going to do.
So they'll be part that. That's probably the best bet to me too. Now its point is there's a reason they introduced Saw, right? He's not just going to be a one and done. You have to see him again, and that could be where they probably end up is with Saw.
Yeah. So they've already got Saw Gerrera and Rex. Basically, they know where Saw's what he's doing. Rex basically told him, "Look, you know where to find me. This is what I'll be doing." Even in this episode, I think it was his episode where he said Rex has his own path. He
said it was Echo had said if we had just went with Rex, we wouldn't have to get out of Sid's grasp, right? Or be in debt to Sid.
He's on his own, right?
He's on his own path. Well, was what it hit me in that episode. The second time I watched it was Echo saying that you would think Echo could just break off whenever he wanted. He's not really one of them per se. He's more Rex, right? He's more with Rex than them.
Yeah. He would be the one to absolutely. Again, that could be where everything branches off too. They
don't have to stay a set, right? They could all branch off separately. Maybe Wrecker takes Omega somewhere, or Omega, Hunter, and Wrecker all go off elsewhere, and
you also join the rebellion.
You don't quite know you don't know the psychology behind Echo, though. I mean, he could have some deep-seated issues with Rex being left for dead. I mean,
maybe.
He could have that, and here's the Bad Batch, welcoming him with open arms, be one of us.
But he seemed like he wanted to go with them is what the thing was right there, right? He's all good. Just went with Rex, who wouldn't have to deal with this,
right?
Could be.
So it's hard. It's hard to say. I'm just like, I felt it weird that it would be him staying there when he could absolutely just say, let's go with Rex. I'm going with Rex.
Unless, like I said, Echo. One of the main reasons why he went with Bat because he was broken. Like dude was broken. And,
they were fixing him on Camino and sending him back out to the,
Yeah. So, so this episode dealt with them doing a job, like doing a job to get out of Sid's grasp. The financial grasp, which I'm like, just leave. But she probably has an arm. She probably has like a big arm. As far as like she can hire other people,
bounty hunters.
Down. Yeah. So, they're just being a little too nice with Sid. I'm like, screw that. It's just shoot her. But
seriously, at some point, just take her out.
Crosshair. If Crosshair was there, you would have done it. You're like, we don't need this. I mean, we could take over this operation. But
so the thing that surprised me is it started off right back at the same planet they were on before with the wreckage of all the Star Destroyers. Just a continuation. I didn't see that coming, but then the more I think about it, the more it makes sense because the scavengers called the Empire there. Of course, they would still be there for the Empire to show up. So
right.
Yeah.
Mando, Mike, you're asking about audio. Is everything cool with it, or do you have separate left and right sound channels on your board for each person? No, I do not, because these guys are in StreamYard, which is their own thing. So it's all one. I think it's just stereo or a mono channel.
Technical question for the day.
Technical question right in the middle of that. Unless, like I said, I only brought
unless we're bad.
Yeah,
let us know,
and I'll try to fix something. But no. To answer your question, no. So we pick right back up where we left off, and of course the Junkers Guild, right? That's what they're called.
Scrapper Guild, I think, but
Scrappers Guild.
So you're right. You might be right. I don't know.
Yeah, so it end up Junkers Guild sounds cool, better, but no, that's Oh, I hear you. So to follow up on that the technical question, Mando Mike wants to make his viewing of our thing as comfortable as possible. So I get it. So he wants stereo in his house.
Gotcha.
Anyway,
what if I stand more on the left? Will that put it sound more on the right? Will that help?
Like no, that's funny. That's funny though. I like that. Yeah, so they get basically attacked by a couple guys, and they capture one of the guild guys, and but again, I don't know how that's going to play out. Really, I mean, they captured one guy because they want answers. I think they already know that's their planet, that's their junk, that's what they do. So it's like, really, what answers do you want to get? But this ushers in the Empire. Like, the Empire is here. That was okay. So when we saw the Empire ships coming in with full battalions and Crosshair at the front, I forgot who it was. I think either Tech said it or whatever. It's like, the Empire is here. And I was like, that gave me goosebumps. Just that line, the Empire is here.
Because those aren't clones anymore back there. That's a clone
right.
with soldiers, right? With other people there.
I don't know. I think weren't there some clones in that battalion as well? Because
there might be a mix, but they're definitely a mix, because you heard the female, one of the elite troops, right?
Yeah.
Of calling an order to go in there. Yeah. So there could be some clones mixed.
Yeah.
But I think most of this project is a leader clone, right? A chipped clone leading the enlisted soldiers.
Right. Right. So exactly. It makes perfect sense. Perfect sense going forward. So this is I guess this is the reunion that we got. You know, Crosshair with the Empire, and Crosshair knows all their moves, they know all Crosshair's moves, and they go at it. They go at it.
I do love that when they're running around and say, hey, track into the comms so we know where we're going and we know where they're going.
Yep.
And he's got it dialed in.
Yeah, they're like, no life. No, it's Tech. He's scrambling he's jamming our signal. So it was just such a cat and mouse game. Really cool. You know, that's a hard fight right there. I mean,
well, whenever your main opposition is somebody who intimately knows you as a team and knows how you operate and all that, suddenly he's turned and he's coming after you. He knows every trick. He knows where you're going. Which I mean, comes into play.
It's reflex, right? Yeah. It's all reflex. So he knows what's going on.
Oh yeah. And so this, again, the reunion that we got here, and like I said, when they go at it now, two things are happening. There is still that callback to change Crosshair's mind. You know, like they're Omega and Wrecker, when they're going after him or Crosshair, Omega's shouting at Crosshair, be like, it's the chip in your head, it's not you. You can still fight this or what. Crosshair's having no part of
it. Like, they're not even showing him twitch or go or think about it at all. He's like, hey, screw that guy. Yeah. He's like, he's in.
And that's, to me, that's a comment for us. That's a comment for the audience. Because remember when I was saying, like, Wrecker's chip in the head, it came back to play. Okay. So, I mean, is it that simple, or they're just setting us up for a redemption on Crosshair's part?
I hope not. I don't
think this episode. I don't think so. Like I said, the second part to it. Yeah.
When he said aim at the kid, it's done.
Dude,
right?
Yeah,
don't
that's
even
what I'm saying.
Don't aim at the traitors. Aim at the kid to get at the traitor. I love that. That's as evil as he gets. So no redemption.
That's what I'm saying. After this episode, my question was answered like, oh, damn, because Crosshair went to the point where he's like, they got trapped in the engine. He's like, just blow the engine and let's go home. Like, we're killing these dudes. And
even said Crosshair wouldn't do that, would he?
Yeah.
He did.
He did.
Did.
I think Omega's holding out hope for this. You know, she's never even kind of met him, but like really never even like spent time with him. But she's so adamant about him joining.
Because she knows they're all kind of the same.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I mean? They're all family, and they all have a similar. And I know they're all individuals. We've been made to know them as individuals, but there's a certain part of them that's the same. So she knows she can catch through because she doesn't want to let any of them go. And she's probably. It sounds like she's been working closely with a lot of them anyway in Camino.
Right.
So she probably has a soft spot for just about every clone.
Right. And again, her intuition is they know how much Crosshair feels, or means to the group. And his defection, I guess, if you call it that, it's hurting. It's hurting, and they need to be complete, which, again, is another foreshadowing maybe of them, like I said, a redemption maybe in the line. Like they have to really, really make Crosshair evil, which they did in this episode. I mean, really did.
I'd say no, but I mean it's definitely the Star Wars way. It doesn't matter how many children you kill or whatever, as long as you save somebody in the end, you're redeemed. Yeah. You're good.
You're right.
You're going to Jedi heaven because you saved a person.
Or he'll sacrifice himself.
That's kind of how it works anyway. So
that's true. And no, it's true. It's very true.
I mean, so I hear.
No, you're not wrong. Yeah. So within this battle again, they turn the tables and they almost fry Crosshair. Like, I mean, he was basically, they killed him. I mean,
that was awesome.
Yeah,
they fried his side. They fried him, everything. And instead of screaming in pain, he's like, they went to their ship, get him. Like, that's again showing he could give a shit about anything else. He is dead set on killing them.
That's why it almost picks another check mark in the Crosshair is fully gone.
Oh yeah,
because that's almost like a revenge thing, or finish the mission to my last breath kind of command, right?
Yeah,
he's the engine got turned on him and he got fried and he's like, they're headed to the ship, and that was awesome. But here's another the quick thing I was watching. So we got it goes right back to the toys, right? We got Crosshair in the Bad Batch uniform. We got Crosshair in the Imperial uniform. Now we're gonna get burnt to a crisp Crosshair with the bandages.
I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, burnt to the crisp Crosshair. I mean, he had his bandages over, and it was one eye was uncovered.
Yeah, a broken arm. And
I'm really mad they've already established Dengar, because I mean it would have been kind of cool jump right there to have a clone become Dengar too.
Whoa, wow, that would be awesome. Yeah,
it would have been cool, but he's already established, so not happening.
Mando Mike says he was medium rare. He absolutely was medium rare.
It was still pink.
And welcome Brander Epler in our pit too. Welcome. You see, so Brandon or Douglas also said Crosshair will die for the bat. That's my thinking what the redemption would be. Mm-hmm. He's going to sacrifice himself at the very last moment. He's going to fight the chip. It's just a feel good moment.
I don't think
redemption.
So.
I hope Wrecker has to kill him to save Omega. That's what I want. That's what I want.
If you really, really, really want emotion, that's how you have to do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because
with his bare hands.
Jeez.
Choke him.
It's going to be a Saving Private Ryan moment where the knife is just slowly going into the chest.
Up him.
So he'd have to rip his face apart or choke him or put his eyes through or something like that for Disney Plus to really go for it, like to make it happen.
Yeah. See, there's the easy way out, and then there's our way out, right?
They will not go our way.
No, there's the easy way out. They'll just I'll remember my friends and snap out of it.
I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen.
I hope they have to take him out. I hope they have to. He's probably going to save him somehow, but I hope they have to take him out.
Yeah. Well, we should put a poll down. Like, how do you think?
That's a great idea.
If Crosshair is going to be redeemed, or is he just that's it? He went, full.
Yeah.
Full dark side.
Full dark side. And okay, so and then. I'm skipping a lot of stuff because again, it was just a lot of like back and forth, fighting and stuff like that, which is cool. And like, and Hunter almost gets taken out too. We think Hunter's getting taken out, at one point. Oh no! I'm sorry. I jumped ahead. I jumped ahead because I thought that was so. Of course, the bounty hunters are not left out of the picture. Okay. After Crosshair is defeated in a sense, and the Empire they go off.
Well, before we say who comes up, the Kaminoans, we went to Kamino real fast, right? They were talking to the Prime Minister. Mm-hmm. And it was important there because they said, I'm sending somebody off to take care of it, right? Type of thing, right? She's all, we already have someone on it. The problem is they're they never said, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, no, I'm right. Yeah.
No, we've never said the name. We still don't know. That's exactly what I was saying.
I'm still thinking it's
Boba. It's still Boba. And that's why they're not saying Fennec's name. Mm-hmm. We've already got someone on it. It doesn't matter. One of these bounty hunters will get it. They have multiple bounty hunters. We could run into a War of the Bounty Hunters prequel edition, right now with everybody going after Omega and stealing Omega. Boss could jump back in and steal her. Aura Singh can jump back in and steal her. Whatever's going on, a whole bunch of crap could be going on right now, coming in to take Omega for whatever money she's being offered.
I missed that. I missed that, Chris. I missed that in my head. I was like, we're sending somebody out, but we already have somebody on the job.
I just assumed it was Fennec. I was like, okay, well, there's our answer as to who hired Fennec, which is who I thought.
And as soon as they said, I said, Scott's going to think that's the answer to who hired Fennec. I said, but they never said her name. So got to still assume until you see a dead body like burnt. Right. Or until they say somebody's name, we never know. We always look for a twist and there's never a twist. So it's Fennec.
So it's Fennec.
But I really want it to be Boba or something like that. We wanted Cad Bane for a while. We got Boba. I mean, got him. So
yeah, right.
That's cool.
In walks probably one of the coolest characters ever.
Oh yeah, sorry, I jumped.
Star Wars.
Spoiler.
It's okay, but it's perfect. Segue into it. So,
but they Mandalorianed it, right? It's like, was that the part about the ship? No, that was the Empire when the ships were coming. When they powered up the ships. I thought that was this piece. Go ahead, move on. Sorry.
No, of course, after the Camino and this discussion and stuff, then we get into the ship that's coming in, meeting up with Hunter and Omega because they're kind of on their own.
They're going back to their ship, right?
Yeah,
that's what it is. They're going back to their ship, and this is when Crosshair is saying, "Get them." They're on their way to their ship.
Correct.
This is the arriving there and seeing dead troopers. There
right.
We go.
Yeah. That's right. They arrived there, all the dead troopers, and they're like, "This is not from us," or "This is not from whatever." And then, like I said, enter.
And as soon as he walked in, when you seen the dead body, it was a little Western sound too, a little Western music deal to let you know what was
perfect,
coming.
Dude.
Yeah.
It was perfect. I always it's one of those moments. I go, he's not a new character for us. Mm-hmm. It makes sense for him to pop in here. We've said it a million times. He could pop in a lot of other places. That's what she said. Anyway, that's too much Disney talk. I had to make it PG-13. So yeah. So enter Cad Bane in this awesome. Again, you have to put the puzzle together. Dave Filoni, of course, it's Cad Bane. You know what I mean? It's his puppy, and it was so awesome.
We had that showdown that was very reminiscent of the scene that was cut from Clone Wars.
Him and Boba, right?
Yeah.
Like almost like to the T.
So if teenage Boba shows up eventually, maybe we will show how he got the dent, and now they'll retcon it this way.
Maybe
maybe a showdown between Cad Bane and Boba here.
The thing is, they showed some art for it, right? They have some concept art or whatever that was floating around. Somebody had shared, and without his hat on, he's got some cybernetic deal on his head right now. So we haven't seen it, but supposedly there's like a metal plate there, which would mean the showdown already happened and he survived.
Got it. Oh,
oh, jeez. All right.
Yeah.
No, man. Okay, so Cad. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. No, please.
I was just gonna say, like, Cad Bane came and it was one of the, even if it was like a 2-minute scene or whatever, it was probably one of the coolest scenes I've ever seen in Star Wars. One of them, not the coolest. It was just, it's up there in the books. The showdown between him and Hunter, and Cad Bane gets the upper hand. They have a draw, basically, and Cad Bane wins. But one of the best lines he's ever muttered he goes, "You've seen one clone, you know how, or if you've taken down one clone, you know how to take down the rest." Right. And it was like, and of course he did it in the most Clint Eastwood way. It was my goodness, man. This made my love for Cad Bane even skyrocket higher. Like, as one of the coolest characters in Star Wars. Really, like one of the, if not the coolest character in Star Wars. Myself.
He takes him out, then apologizes to Omega as he takes her out.
Yeah.
Sorry about this little kid.
Yeah, exactly. So he takes that's who he was there to get, and he takes her, kidnaps her. Shit, he didn't have to do that. He could have just said, "Hey, you want to come on my ship?" He would have just ran right on anyways. Like, stranger danger.
I got a puppy. There's a puppy in here.
There's a puppy in here. There goes
some of this
again.
popcorn stuff that you guys like to eat. Yeah. Right. Mission's complete.
Yeah, exactly. Popcorn. So, and just to finish up the episode, and then we'll get into our bonus talk on it. We get an awesome sequence too, where we see Hunter still alive, but we see through his point of view. Yeah. Which was really cool, as out of it, the other Bad Batch is carrying him off. They're like, "We got to go." Omega, and then Hunter, mumbles, "Omega's gone." Like, he took her, which was awesome. Like, a short episode and there's so much going on and so little in such little bit of content.
You got the Empire dealing with Rampart, dealing with not wanting to mess with clones and all this stuff, right? Him in there. You introduce Cad Bane. There's a lot in this episode for what was it, 24 minutes?
Yeah,
maybe 24 minutes of stuff.
Yeah,
22.
Cliff in our chat said made him feel like a droid booting up again. Yeah, it's almost like coming to. That was cool.
A lot of the people I saw online were complaining that what's Cad Bane's droid's name? I forget
Toto.
Toto. There we go. Yeah. That didn't Toto get blown up in the Clone Wars? And it's like, it's a droid. I mean,
so the answer is
they can get repaired. He can get another droid.
R2 did, 3PO did. Yeah, exactly.
Get over it, guys. But no, I thought it was really cool. If they end up, what I've heard about the Book of Boba Fett so far from Tamora Morrison, supposedly the comment that he made was it's going to explore a lot of Boba Fett's past,
right,
as well as his present. And could we get that showdown if he does have that cybernetic implant, Cad Bane, in his head? Could we get that showdown live action in the Book of Boba Fett?
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. Totally.
But he's not going to be Tamora Morrison.
Why not?
No, it won't be tomorrow.
He's too young.
Well,
you age him like they did in Aquaman.
No, I mean
like they do with Mark Hamill every time.
What I'm saying is, if we think Boba Fett is right around the age of Omega right now, he's like 12, 13 years old.
Oh, okay.
So that's what I'm saying. If they do a live action, if they've already happened, unless
they
said they
get another actor.
Just another actor. Yeah, you don't have to see his face at all. Even you could just get. Yeah, go ahead.
Make what's his name? Daniel Logan cut his hair and shave his beard. There you go.
He might look 13 still, but it's not going to pass.
Yeah,
but find a 13-year-old, get in there, and it was just the size and everything is what matters in the
right.
Suit.
Yeah,
you can just knock him back and still have his helmet on. It wouldn't matter. Just see the dent smoked. Yeah,
there you go.
And then Cad Bane on the ground.
Yeah, like I said, I wouldn't doubt that scene would happen. I'm just saying it wouldn't be tomorrow because
no, that would be cool to see it live action. That would be the reason why they wouldn't do it here. But it was so play by play of the cut. Scene like play by play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you think the broader audience would get that? I mean, that's something for us, really. Us in the pit. Our pit would get it.
That was a nerd show right there.
Yeah. I don't know if they spend too much other than the interaction or the confrontation of the two, but yeah. No, it was cool.
I keep waiting for Camino. I swear to God, I keep waiting for the orbital bombardment to start on Camino and just them taking them out.
The second you see Rampart say "Let's go" to everybody, the Empire, then I'm gonna be like, "Oh, Scott's getting pumped right now." That's what's going on.
It's gonna start happening when they start arguing again. When Rampart and the Kaminoans are gonna start arguing again about what's more valid and whatnot, and then the order is gonna come from above, from Tarkin. And at the I'm
wipe them out.
I'm assuming episode 15 or 16, it's gone. It's gone.
Because the Empire is going to find out that the Kaminoans saved or have Omega. They're going to take Omega for the Empire, and they're going to blast the place. That's right. Yeah. That's what's going on.
Yeah. Camino meet Death Star, Cliff says. Like that.
Little too soon for that, but that would be one hell of a way to go.
Maybe just the laser part of
it. Get a test your laser somewhere.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
That's where they land the Star Destroyers right there.
Yeah, like Mando Mike, that's exactly what you just said. That the Empire is going to get mad that the Kamino are continuing the plan that was ordered them to stop. Mm-hmm. They were kind of ordered, this is the Empire is not the Republic anymore. And that's what's going to cause, just bombard them, like the orbital bombardment. I think that's needed. Myself.
If they don't do a full-on orbital bombardment, then it would have to be an invasion, and it would have to be the Empire with stormtroopers coming down, taking over. But to what end? Because they're not making new clones. That's why I think an orbital bombardment would be just the coolest. It would be so cool.
It'd be kind of messed up if they went in there with lasers blasting through all the tubes. I mean, you've got to make what you've already got in stock, right?
That's true.
They've got kids in there. They've got to finish the training. You've got to go through it.
You'd think, but the Empire does what the Empire does.
There's going to be a whole series on orphan clones.
Yeah.
That's where the new Mandalorian guys come from. They're all orphans. Those are the foundlings.
Yeah.
The orphaned clones after Order 66. after the Camino bombardment. and the Night of 1,000 Tears.
Wouldn't that be awesome? A tie-in for someone like, where'd you come from? I was on Camino, and he has a little symbol tattooed right here.
It's just a little Lamassu face or something.
It's a teardrop because water planet.
Well, Omega's the armorer. Wrecker's obviously a heavy Mando.
Good
right?
guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then all these other guys are clones they get in this show. That's what's happening. We just saw
Sasha Banks. Oh no, it wouldn't be Sasha Banks, but
This is a prequel to the Mandalorian. I didn't know that. That was neat.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh yeah, Mando, the seismic charge, the little throwback there. Like Wrecker was grabbing the seismic charge. That was a good throwback.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
That was cool. I like that. Wrecker's growing on me again.
Yeah. His figure's starting to pop up in stores, by the way, or they're starting to show up. So
I do like Wrecker. He's
cool.
My favorite since day one. It's neat. I didn't think I was gonna like him.
I thought he was gonna get annoying.
Yeah, I didn't dig him in the last series. Did nothing for me, right? Like I said, my pop was in the back. As soon as this season started, I was like, oh yeah, that's the dude.
Speaking of pops, all the Bad Batch pops were at Target today, and they had the
I don't see why we pre-buy anything.
Omega was there too, the Target exclusive Omega.
Just one E.
There was just one E. It wasn't Omega.
Yeah. I checked my order today. I think it said July 3rd or something.
Jeez, that's not too far.
Nah.
No, 3 weeks away or 2 weeks away.
Yeah,
it's fine.
I was gonna ask how excited I'm still stuck on this Cad Bane thing. I really am.
Sure. Oh yeah. Let's go back.
I was gonna ask though, like, cheered and I loved it. Would we want to? I'm asking anybody in our pit, you guys. Would you have rather seen a brand new bounty hunter, like brand new and a story, like a new figure, new character, something new? Moving on in this point in Star Wars, like, or are you just dead on set? I mean, I'm cool with Cad Bane.
No, to me, the Bad Batch guys are new enough. Omega's new, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
Fennec is newish. I mean, Fennec was in Mandalorian,
yeah.
So she is there. But I mean, seeing her in her youth and all that, that's different.
Yeah. We're tying in everything right now. I mean, this is really tying in.
I just sometimes think like. Going back in the history of
Small Galaxy.
Well, that and watching every Star Wars movie from one to even some parts of the sequel stuff. We always looked forward for the new characters, the new villains, the new aliens, and the new stuff like that. So sometimes when we're on repeat a lot, like I said, like with the Clone Wars, Rebels, and this, I sometimes in the back of my mind I'm like, that's awesome. I don't want to change it, but at the same time, kind of wanted something new, like, because I want to explore a newer person's thing going forward, because that's what we do, right? We get new books, new comics, it's stuff like that going forward. So with that said, I don't want it to be a tiring thing. Like if Lando shows up next, and then if Han shows up next, and then like Cliff mentioned Krennic, I'm like, okay, that's all good because it's all part of this plot, but at the same time, I don't think the Bad Batch is new enough because we got all those specific clones in the Clone Wars, like Echo and Fives. And, they're all different personalities anyway.
But I think what's neat about it is we know that Cad Bane has a history with clones. That's why that statement you said was neat, right?
Yeah.
Because once I've dealt with one clone, I've dealt with them all. It doesn't
matter. Right.
I think that's neat because most people wouldn't have that. So you got Fennec, who they say is fresh, and you got Cad Bane, who is the seasoned one. I think it's neat because we know who they are. We can immediately go through without getting a background story on them. We know who it is.
Yeah.
And if anybody wants to find out who it is, they can go research it, type of thing. It's perfect. We don't have to do much.
Yeah.
And I think that's the way it's going to be. I still want to see people like I'm sure that's going to be in here and everything.
Yeah.
I think we're going to get a rehash of a lot of people we've seen before.
Yes, again, dealing with Dave Filoni too, right? I mean, that's his characters, and I don't think he's done with them. He's not done with them.
I think we'll see Hondo. I'd love it if we saw Hondo. I mean,
again,
this is that empty period where we don't know what's going on with Hondo.
Yeah,
makes sense to see him.
Yeah, I mean, he's already been in the 2 shows that Dave Filoni did anyway, so might as well make it part 3. Yeah. Well, same thing with Cad Bane. Well, Cad Bane was in Rebels, was he? Did he make?
No, I don't.
No,
he
no.
never.
We didn't know he was alive until now.
That's right.
Because of that cut scene, we didn't know what happened. So
yeah, again, it's just a question I have sometimes. You know, like you get like gold pumped, it's cool, and then the novelty kind of wears off. And like, man, I maybe it just wasn't the right time for like a brand new somebody that we can explore.
Yeah.
You know, and
I think that's right because we had a whole bunch of brand new people in Mandalorian, a whole bunch of brand new bounty hunters that we haven't had to explore or do anything with. So why
you're right.
Why do it now and not do it again?
Should have been the Gecko. Oh,
that would have been cool.
Yeah. I know somebody who'd be really happy about that.
Yeah.
Now, Douglas Tupper brought up Vance, and Vance is the character from the Bounty Hunter comic book series, and we have not seen him in a live action and or animated form yet, just in the comics. That could be a pretty cool tie-in, a pretty cool introduction. I think at this point, like Afra is way too young at this point to make any kind of appearance because her stuff really starts kicking up around the original trilogy time. Right.
Yeah.
So, but somebody like Vance, seeing how he becomes the cybernetic being that he is, that'd be kind of cool.
See, I kind of wondered if I was going that with Crosshair too, because I don't know Vance's backstory. I haven't dug in yet. I was like, maybe he's going to be somebody else or turn into somebody else. I'm looking at it because he's all jacked up. I'm like, they're going to do something to Crosshair. So I was wondering if they're going to do a cybernetic eye and now we can scope people out, or
that'd be cool.
That's what I think is going to happen. Crosshair. Because I think when he was bandaged up, it was just one eye bandaged, right? His crosshair eye.
Yeah,
I believe. Yeah, that's.
Awesome. If it's his dominant eye, that'd be really cool.
Yeah, that's saying that was. I think that was the only thing that was spared. You know.
All right.
Yeah, I want more of this now. I want Crosshair didn't die in this one, and now I think.
He's out for blood now.
Full on.
He's really out for blood.
Well, first off, he's going to have to answer it as failure to Rampart, and then that's going to trigger the argument. You know, where my soldiers failed us or something or whatever. I need I need clones. I don't know. I need something or. I was also thinking too, like something's going to have to happen with the enlisted men, like the first time he went out with them. One to fight his orders, and he had to shoot him. And I think Crosshair might be the catalyst to the Kaminoans and Ramparts argument because he's going to probably suggest like, I need clones with the chips for obedience, like direct obedience. I can't have these things questioned.
I'm telling you, I'm pretty sure I'll need to watch the episode again and really pay attention. But I'm telling you, I think most of his battalion was clones, and if most of his battalion is clones. Even Cad Bane says, if you've taken out one clone, you've taken out.
Right.
So if that was a failure and the majority of the force was clone over Stormtrooper,
there goes the other part of the argument, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I know he had his squad detachment with the girl, like Chris mentioned, from his original, like 4 members or
the elite, their elite squad. Right.
So that's who you heard.
So maybe he's the leader
is going to come out and take out Crosshair. I just want to see Geode in the background. Anything could be.
We already did.
In every episode.
It's funny because he's a rock. He doesn't age. So exactly. He can be.
He's in every episode. Oh my God. He
was on Geonosis.
Like, how do you get a Geode origin story? How far back do you have to go?
Brandon Epler plays right into my OCD. He shoots me with these shinies, and I lose my train of thought and go right.
Right.
So thank you for that.
Okay, how about this? Going there. Where is Cad Bane taking Omega?
Okay.
Well,
the quick answer is Kamino. That's the quick answer.
How? I mean, it's under Imperial. I would assume
that's
Imperial
what I'm saying.
blockade,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So like a meeting spot.
It'd be the last place.
Well, but the Kaminoans can't leave either. There's going to be a hole here somewhere. So she has to go to a safe place, somebody that they trust, I would think, right? Are there other cloning facilities we don't know about? Like there's one on Kamino. Maybe we go to a different cloning facility where there's people they can trust.
Is there a different facility on Kamino? Is there, we've only seen one location on Kamino.
Yeah,
it's a big planet.
But in Star Wars, if you throw 2 ships up on top of the planet anywhere on the planet, it's blockading the whole planet.
Right. There's no 3-dimension.
You can't skip around on the ground and go off. I'm always like that. Why can't you just go around and shoot out the other way? It doesn't work. So by Star Wars logic, stop using real stuff, right?
Yeah.
There's 2 Star Destroyers there. Nobody's getting in or out on the entire planet.
Exactly. You're right. That's a good question to bring up. Like, he wouldn't be taking her back to the lion's den, essentially.
Right.
They sent her off planet for that same reason, to be capped. Like, it's like sending her off planet to be safe, to get picked up later. And then they have a contingency plan set in motion. They do, the Kaminoans. They have something going on.
Something's up. So that's why I'm thinking there must be another facility. This would be like where Pershing's too young in Mandalorian, I would assume, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
But Dr. Pershing Sr. or whomever,
Correct.
right?
Right.
It would be in a different facility. You could see human cloners, is my point. Because that would kind of normalize it for Mandalorian season 3, I would think.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's going to come up with some again somewhere. So to normalize seeing some human cloners would be kind of, and talk about the cloning guild, and that's why the patch is there. That I think guild, because I don't think obviously they can't leave the planet to go find her, because I've never. Where the hell did Kaminoans go? Nowhere.
No, I think exactly. They weren't. Their planet was actually not in existence in the archives too. There was deliberately wiped, so nobody really knows except for Dexter.
They're the creepy aliens people see when people are being invaded by aliens.
Yeah.
Right? They're
really
those guys. They're those. So
it's Dexter Jester. He's the one behind everything.
They don't go anywhere. So
right.
Obviously they have a plan with somebody, is my point.
You're right. You're absolutely right. They wouldn't take her back to Kamino because they sent her off planet in the first place and then hired a bounty hunter to capture her back, like get her off those Bad Batch guys.
On episode 9 opens on Kamino with Amiga arriving with Cad Bane.
With Cad Bane, we're like,
you know how pissed off I'd be? Like, why wouldn't you hide that?
Well, because Cad Bane was smart enough to go around the other side of the planet.
Oh, you know what it is? Nala Se is the one that snuck her off.
Right.
The other ones didn't know.
Because the other ones are hired. Okay, so the administrator hired Cad Bane to capture her, to bring her back to the facility. Nala Se is the one who got her off planet for the Bad Batch, and maybe using Fennec to. I'm just saying, I know it's blown here, Boba Fett. Using Fennec to capture her for the opposite way, like
to get her farther away.
Yeah, like
I would have thought to protect her maybe, and just be like, hey, go hang out with hey Fennec. Why don't you go guard these guys for?
It's like nobody told the Bad Batch the plan, but everybody's trying to capture around. In the meantime, they're failing.
I think she's pretty safe with the Bad Batch. I would just leave them be. So I don't think it's that. I think that's her best bet. The only reason they're in trouble is because of them, like fighting Fennec and stuff. So I would.
That's what I'm saying. No one got to the message to the Bad Batch that hey guys, we're trying to protect her. So it looks like there's like 3 factions pulling at Omega. Or 2 factions at least. Which is cool too, again, something major has to happen with this child. Like, it can't be just because she's an experimental clone. It's like, no, she has to hold a key to something for the next step of evolution on the clones, or force sensitive clones for the Emperor's purpose. There's got to be something moving forward with that. And that's, again, we're in the back half now. We're in the back half of the episode. So it's gonna get interesting, I think.
And it can get weird, right? It's allowed to because it's Filoni and it's animated, because the Mortis arc in Clone Wars, the World Between Worlds and Rebels. Yeah, it can get crazy funky with these clones and what's happening and how it links and stuff. So I don't mean anything supernatural like that, but who she is and what she's meant for, force wise and stuff, it could be huge. So we should be expecting that, I would think, because we haven't gone mystical force at all, nothing like that at all in this series. Right. Not that you don't have to have Jedi and everything, but
no, you don't. But I would like to believe, sitting down and they're discussing the Disney Plus series, all of them, and Dave Filoni's like, we need this episode, we need these 16 series of the Bad Batch because this point sparks off this. Which means this, you know what I mean? Like, that's where I think, because otherwise we're just having side missions and obviously,
which is fun too. But
exactly,
it can be
the Star Wars.
Otherwise, we have Resistance, right?
Yeah.
So,
but it's done so much better than that.
Well, A, it's a familiar time to us.
Yeah.
B, it's just better. I mean, there's a purpose, there's a tie-in, there's everything, and it's not slapsticky.
Yeah.
Well, it's not as. I mean, there are some slapstick parts, but it goes along. It actually works this way.
It does.
Okay. There's a cringe here or there, right? After Wrecker's Yahoo or whatever. After he threw the seismic charge, it was kind of or his yes, the way he yesed. I was like, man, I just cringed at Wrecker. That's too bad. but it's okay. It's Star Wars and it's kiddie. It's supposed to be cringy sometimes.
I saw a meme, and this goes with Cliff's comment too about Palpatine. Sorry, wrong comment. Cliff says gets paired with Palpatine Jr. and then gets killed after giving up to her daughter, Rey. I saw a meme or a post on the social medias, and it had Omega as Rey's mother.
Yeah, I've heard that a couple. I really, she's the armorer. I'm already good with it.
Yeah. I saw, it's one of those things you look at it, you eye roll, and then you go like, there might be some merit to it. I mean, if we really explore it, I mean, not even if we explore it, if they go down that route,
Palpatine's of the Rey's mom.
Yeah,
it's easy.
It's about the right age.
It's right age.
Yeah. So I mean, again, the first initial reaction is eye roll, like, oh yeah, here we go, and then you're like, oh wait
a minute.
She's beyond the right age because Leia has Kylo before that, and Leia's just born right now, so she's well beyond the age to be her mother. She's fine. She's
sure.
Not even.
The other one I keep seeing a lot of is that she is young Captain Phasma, and it's by people who have obviously not read the Phasma book.
And, no, exactly. There is an origin story for Phasma, guys. Read it. Yeah.
And this would not work for that.
Which was actually a really, really good book too.
It was.
Yeah.
That and Black Spire, the follow-up, even though one of the chapters is nothing but an advertisement for Disneyland.
Which is cool too. I mean, we've been there. So
it was ridiculous even when I was reading it.
It was a pimp job. It was a pimp job for it.
It was like, okay, I've been there. I know exactly what they're talking about. We can just skip this chapter. No, I don't need to try the Ronto rap.
Yeah. Seriously.
Yeah.
They are good though.
They are really good. But I don't need to read it in a book. It felt that felt forced.
Oh, it is.
There were a couple books right in a row right there that did that, and it was like, okay, stop with Batuu. Again, didn't I mentioned that the most hard to find place nobody ever goes to is in every book.
Every book,
and everybody knows how to get there.
The other one was the Thrawn novel, wasn't it? It was
they were there twice.
Yeah,
he was there with Anakin and Vader.
There's still a chance for Mandalorian to go to Batuu.
Oh, they need
Bad Batch.
Yeah,
Bad
these
Batch
guys
too.
Need to go to Batuu.
They got the popcorn from somewhere. I mean, or they got the recipe from somewhere because they're eating the popcorn.
That's what we're gonna find. Eventually, we're gonna have a wrecker at Batuu cooking up stuff. Some big.
My God, an animatronic record. That'd be awesome.
Oh, that would be cool too. That's even better.
Yeah, I'm down.
Oh my God, I just still want to go.
Now I want to see the full-on armored up Bad Batch walking around Batuu. That would be amazing.
Well, they got to go there first. Damn it.
That's right.
And get into the sequel timeline.
And they would have to retcon Batuu itself. You know what I mean? They tear down the First Order stuff, tear down
whatever.
We've had that discussion. It needs to happen anyway. It needs to happen.
Yeah.
They can cycle through it is what I would love. And when Ernie was on the show. Yeah. So seasonal. Ernie would agree. Exactly, man.
We discussed it. I mean, they do it in Tomorrowland. We've way jumped the shark. We're onto something completely different.
That's what we do.
In Tomorrowland, they used to do the Season of the Force, and from September through January, you'd have Space Mountain would become Hyperspace Mountain, and everything was Star Wars'd out. Yeah. And all they did was, throw up some banners and, have some stormtroopers walking around.
Replace the armor, replace the banners, and it's done. It's
boom.
Done.
There you go. They've got the stormtrooper armor because stormtroopers walk around all the time.
Oh, they got Boba Fett out there, Phasma's out there, Vader's out there. I mean, this is something that I've heard that they might be doing anyway. So we might get our wish.
It'd be cool, but and I'm saying I want it and I want it now, but the place is going to be around forever. It's not like it's going anywhere, so they've got time to do stuff like that.
Yeah. Brandon is asking about the huts. We've seen the huts, and do you think there's more that we can see in this series?
Huts?
I think so. I think we're going to get, like I said, we've gotten the mention of the guilds. Mm-hmm. This is again another perfect time to bring in Black Sun, bring in the Hut Cartel, bring in all. I mean,
we've seen several huts throughout Clone Wars and Rebels and everything else. There's totally. I'm surprised there hasn't been one in Mandalorian yet.
Zero's dead, right?
Zero's dead.
Zero, I believe.
Thank God, because that's the only hut that I never ever want to see again.
Could you imagine Zero in live action? How horrible and cringy that would have been.
That'd be terrible.
Huts coming in would be dope.
English.
I would almost be sad if we didn't see a different hut again. I like the huts. I think we need to. Where did we go to Nar Shaddaa? Somebody did. When did we go there? Was that in any of the series? Nar Shaddaa?
I don't remember.
I don't think so.
I think there was mentioning
just in the books. In the comics.
Okay. Yeah.
But
so I mean, we could.
We need to.
Why not? Yeah,
be cool.
We finally got to Corellia a couple times. So
you're right. I want to go to Nar Shaddaa in live action though. I want live action huts. That's what they need to do. That would be the next level up. And like, holy crap, did that just happen?
They've finally got the digital animation. Right.
Go ahead.
They've got the digital animation now where it needs to be. Instead of the special edition version, we can actually get a hut that looks like a hut.
Yeah.
And I'm in.
Yeah, I want it. Damn it.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I Brandon, to answer your question, yes, I think there's a lot of room for it, and it'd be a miss if they don't incorporate either in the Mando or this series too.
Completely agree.
Yeah. No, that'd be cool. It just they're part of the whole Star Wars thing. It's just almost like having the Empire. The Hutt cartel is still very much in charge of the underworld.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of course, Mando Mike said hopefully it'll look better than the New Hope job. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying, man.
Just go back to animatronics or puppets. It works. Why do they have to reinvent the wheel when it works?
And we like it more because it's so like you see with Grogu, right? It works
man.
When it's there.
It does.
When it's there.
Even the actors say it works so much better whenever you can actually interact with a thing that's there instead of a tennis ball, or a dude wearing a hat with eye stalks. It's like, look up there.
Right. Right. Yeah. And to think that Grogu was going to be CG initially.
Yeah. Right.
They had the puppet for that interaction, but it was supposed to be CG. So
I'm so glad they didn't go there.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you had asked me before about cool characters. Are we going to do that?
Yeah. So I made a comment saying I think at this point Cad Bane is the coolest Star Wars character to grace Star Wars universe. His demeanor, his look, his voice, the way he acts, his one-liners. I think to me he superseded. Now, not my favorite. Superseded Han Solo as a cool character. So you superseded, Grievous as a cool character, a concept character.
That doesn't
right?
take much. Yeah.
You're right, but I mean, Grievous as a concept is absolutely great. But like Han Solo was the ultimate cool character, I think.
So when we do this, should we be without Han and Lando? Because that could be a whole different argument. You think Cad Bane is cooler than Han and Lando?
To me, at this point, he's up there as far as
as cool cat smooth. You mean like I'm the coolest cat in the room, or the coolest character? Because if it's the coolest character, might not even be the coolest character they made. But Han's the coolest character, and Lando's the coolest character.
Well, see,
did I miss part of this conversation? Because was this before I hopped on with you guys? Because I don't know where we're going here, and I'm not prepared.
We didn't prepare at all.
Okay. Yeah, I just was mentioning to Chris, and I mentioned during the cast when Cad Bane came up, I was like, he is up the ranks in coming one of my favorite secondary character. Let's put it that way. Taking the Fab Five out of the picture. Fab Five plus Lando. So
so take out the Fab Five.
Like Boba Fett would be the coolest character, right? Like Boba Fett, everybody likes him because he's just his demeanor, the presence on him, saying nothing. He says so much.
So the Mandalorian Din Djarin would be off the table because he is a main character.
Right.
So prequel Obi-Wan is off the table.
Prequel Obi-Wan's off the table. He's talking secondary characters.
No, I'm out of here then, because those are all my answers. Because there's hardly anybody is cooler than prequel and Clone War Obi-Wan.
That's true.
Period. Obi-Wan is smooth as hell. Even to Cad Bane, he's smooth as hell. Obi-Wan's awesome in the Clone Wars, especially.
My point was just that Cad Bane has just moved up the ladder, especially with this episode. It's I look at him now, it's totally different. I always liked him before, but now I'm like, everything he said was spot on, and everything he did was spot on, and his demeanor and his just a cool.
So
I almost said the F word. It's just a cool character, man.
He needs the bigger brim, though. I don't know about the little.
Yeah, it was a shorter. Yeah, it was a shorter. Not such a wide brim.
Damn it! There's another figure variant.
Another variation.
Yeah.
So if we're doing this, and we're gonna name our favorite side character, and I was anti this character for the longest time until The Mandalorian. because he never did a damn thing that was worthy of all the praise he got, and that's Boba Fett. And I think there was nothing.
You are
cooler.
in the minority there, but
I was I was way in the minority, and I know that. But he never did anything other than look cool. He died like a chump. He missed everything he shot at. He wasn't all that. He just looked incredible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we get to the episode in The Mandalorian called The Tragedy, and it is the scene where Boba Fett does not yet have his armor, but unleashes holy hell using a gaffy stick on stormtroopers.
Yeah.
And that completely changed my tune as far as Boba Fett goes. From that moment on, Boba Fett in the armor, out of the armor, I don't care. He is the coolest.
It upped your
Finally, I finally give Ernie praise for being the fallen Fett, because for years Ernie was like, Boba Fett's the man. I'm like, get out of here with that. I will admit when I am wrong, and The Mandalorian made me wrong. So
there you go.
That's mine. Boba Fett.
Cool.
Well, I'm not going to say Thrawn. I'll leave it be because it's obvious, right? We'll let that one go. But Asajj.
That's true.
Asajj.
Oh, absolutely.
There you go. Again, Cad Bane rode the ranks to me, right up there with Boba Fett, Asajj Ventress. I mean, it just...
there's a lot of stuff that Clone Wars too, because Hondo's in that list too. Hondo, as far as badass characters that I really love.
I wouldn't call him badass though.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think he is, because he always gets out of trouble and he's sneaky and he's.
I just think he's cool and slimy. He's great, but
he's great. He's cool as hell.
Yeah, he is, but I wouldn't put him up there as the coolest.
Yeah.
Oh no, but I'm just thinking Clone Wars.
He's up
there. Brought up a whole bunch of people that could be in this list, which is really neat.
If we had another poll going, we can actually put like Hondo, Cad Bane, and say, who do you guys think cool is out of these characters? I think that would be probably the better question to ask. Out of these characters, who do you think is like...
Which is your favorite one out of the Clone Wars characters brought to, the original Clone Wars characters that we...
Yeah. And mine's Cad Bane.
Created. Yeah.
Mine's Cad Bane. It solidified it with me at this episode. I loved him with the debut where he came out. Savage Opress would be another one that I loved coming out of Clone Wars. But Cad Bane just took the cake on this episode, and of course we're going to get more. So,
from original Clone Wars, Bo-Katan, she's getting up there pretty quick too. I mean, she was pretty unstoppable in Mandalorian too. So,
real quick, Mando Mike likes Beckett from Han Solo.
Good call.
He would have been on the list if we gone a little bit longer there. We're talking about Solo. We're talking about Han a bit, because you can't say Han without Beckett now, because he was kind of his role model, right?
Right. And Brandon absolutely true it, and we absolutely.
I wish he wouldn't have died in Rogue One. I would have loved to see more.
I'm so glad they all died.
Yeah.
I just want to see more, even if we're going back. I'd like to see what. What were they? The Guardians of the Wills?
Correct.
Yeah.
I want more. I want to see what happened before Rogue One.
Well, let's
Only
see.
In comic series. That's what we'll get.
Now, and Cassian knew who they were.
Mm-hmm.
He did. Yeah.
So right. So it's not. Maybe they had crossed paths before.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Maybe we get a little peek at in Andor. We know Krennic's coming, right? The rumor is Krennic's in Andor. If you didn't hear that,
yes.
I
did hear that.
Yeah. So that's a rumor going around right now. So maybe there's possibility of crisscrossing in those same.
We could end up there in the Bad Batch. We could end up seeing the Guardians of the Wills in the Bad Batch. So
there would be your
animated
Force
Guardians
tie-in.
Yeah. So maybe that's where they're going.
Maybe.
Jedi.
Because the Jedi don't. The Guardians of the Wills don't count in Order 66. Right. So they get to be willy-nilly with the Force and whatnot. So the Kaminoans send Omega there to be protected until she can take over the mantle as the armorer.
Right. You're welcome.
Right. There's so many it's almost like the dare I say it on a Star Wars channel. It's almost like the Loki Nexus event, all these split storylines that obviously they can all work.
Yeah, we can.
That's why we do what we do, because they all can work.
Yep.
Yeah. Usually better in our heads than it come out. But
of course. It's because we don't know the end. We don't know the end game on it. We don't know the end result where they have to.
We're not privy to that information.
Yeah, so we can write stories that go on forever, but if it doesn't tie into what they think needs to be tied into, then But
they're wrong.
I think that's all we got for today. We're gonna end this show, then this stream. I appreciate everybody being here. Thank you very much for the pit. You guys got digested pretty well. That was awesome. We're gonna do this again next Wednesday, of course. Last bit of news, I guess, that came out of the Variety article was that Disney's shows, the shows, not their movies, are going to start moving to Wednesdays premiered instead of Fridays. After, I guess, what's out now. So after Loki and the Bad Batch, I think we're going to be going to Wednesdays as premiere. So with that, I think we might move our shows back to Wednesday. But this won't be till probably the end of the year.
Yeah.
You know, because
when Boba
Book
Fett
of
comes out.
Yeah. So I just want to put that seed out there right now. So I know that Mondays are working, but Wednesdays work too.
And we'll give you plenty of warning too, because we're also talking about doing full-on spoiler episodes the day of the show.
Yeah,
right?
and that's the thing right there. So, if it comes out on Wednesday, we'll be doing a show on Wednesday and talking about it. There won't be no leeway. It won't be buffering, on a spoiler. So,
because we don't know how not to do that.
Because we don't know. Nobody wants the podcast.
Otherwise, what's
Friday.
the point?
So,
Let's talk about the Bad Batch. That one thing. You guys see that? What happened? Yeah, it was cool, huh? Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
cool.
exactly.
Can't talk about it.
Can't talk about it, but
yeah,
I'm sure you'll hear it on every other podcast. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem too. It's either you evolve or you fade with the time. So
we all watch it at midnight or at 8:00 in the morning anyway.
Yes.
So
absolutely.
Yeah.
Just wanted to warn our viewers, and we'll give you guys a lot more warning than just today too. So
yeah. We'll keep on this cadence until the end of the end of the year, and we'll go from there. So with that, everybody, thank you very much for joining us. Chris, where can we find you?
On all the socials under the Sarlacc Digest, and on Instagram as the Hot Topic Podcast, and that's it.
I've seen you interacting a lot with people lately.
Not a lot.
Well, I've seen it a lot more than usual.
Yeah, I think I told somebody to go shove it, and then
you did. It was great.
See what happens?
Yeah.
I stay out and I come right back in them all. Everybody's still stupid.
Yeah, but did they deserve it? Then
they did. It was somebody
go.
was calling spoilers on Disney for releasing a Cad Bane image on Monday.
I'm like, the rules are simple, guys. The rules are simple. It comes out on Friday. You got the weekend to watch it.
You got the weekend.
Monday, it's fair game. This isn't the first show. It's not the first rodeo.
Yeah, they're not setting a precedence here. I mean, that was set a long time ago.
I remember we all made the rules online. I remember when it happened on Instagram, like when stuff started coming out, we're all, this is the rules, right? Like everybody was really clear about on Mandalorian season 1. Friday we watch it, and then Monday we talk.
Just like this, nothing's going to change our end. We will not post a single spoiler, but we will be talking about it the day of with the spoiler warning. But we won't post anything until there's that buffering zone, and the buffering zone will be Fridays. It's always 2 days after premiere. So.
But now, since the show is live, we just let you know it's a spoiler. Spoiler cast now.
Exactly. So, if you're not watching the day of anyway, I don't know what you're doing. But anyway, so
Michael Horlicks. I'm sorry, Mando Mike.
It's really too bad we can't do a watch party.
Right? That'd be super cool.
That'd be way cooler.
We just can't record it or do a.
But we can only invite 10 people in here to watch it with us.
Yeah, it wouldn't be through StreamYard or through YouTube, but we can do.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah, I
didn't mean like a private watch party. Don't get everybody all pumped now.
No, we could do that too.
Whatever.
All right, Scott Solo, where can you find you?
You can find me on all the social medias. Just look for The Art of Scott Solo, or you can find me, Scott Kruger, in the Sarlacc Digest Central on Facebook. That's where I spend most of my time because it's a nicer place to be on the internet.
Nice and refreshing.
Yes, it is. And yeah, that's it for me.
Cool.
Wait. We have a TikTok channel now.
Oh, yes, you do.
Oh, Jesus. Because nobody else would step up and take it. So.
I don't want any part of TikTok. You go ahead.
So just look for Sarlacc Digest on TikTok, and I've been trying to post everything.
That's good, man.
Artwork, Star Wars, non-Star Wars, whatever, man, just to keep us going. So, and that's all I will say about that.
Yeah. We're actually, I do want to. Mando Mike just said something real fast before I let everybody go. 3D prints are porous to water. Yes. Funny story on that, but I think I want to do a showcase on Mando Mike's dioramas that he's doing because they're fantastic. I mean, fully custom. They're awesome. So, Mando, if you don't mind, one day we're going to invade your space and record something and put it out there, man. And then everybody will know why the 3D prints are porous to water. You know,
how we discovered this,
how we discovered it. So,
again, he might actually end up on TikTok.
You did an Oda Gunga scene.
I know,
something like that.
By the bathtub up, it just like.
Yeah. Let's just put it this way: there's bubbles and a diaper involved.
Okay. With that, again, thank you everybody for joining us. You can also find the Fallen Fett over at They're Not Dolls. I don't know if he's over there live yet, but he is coming back. It's just a hiatus. But you can check out his other show over there. You can find Bootleg Joe when he gets back here, and sometimes Mando Mike. We'll see, or not Mando Mike, Fanboy Mike.
Whoa.
Mando Mike might even be able to come on.
You're more likely to see Mando Mike than Fanboy Mike.
That might not be a
we get Mando
slip.
Mike. We get Mando Mike every week in the chat or the pit.
That's right.
That's not a Freudian slip, by the way. Okay. So with that, guys, we're out.
Keep it nerdy, everybody.